Yeah, like, what do they see it as? Or is Kamihama such a weird fucking place that floating cardboard cutouts are like nothing? Hey everybody, welcome back to the Stoneface Reactions. I'm Theta, and we are back with I Keep Pointing and It's Never Right. Not Madoka Magica, but Magia Record, a side story 2. I'm sorry, I'm pointing. Usually I point full finger. We are going into episode 6, but we have notes about episode 5. Of course, we also have a board. Let's do the board first, because with the board comes the board changelog, where I added Mafuyu and connected her to Yachio and Yui with a green line. I also connected Mami to Yachio and Yui with a white line, and Aroa with a red line, because quite obviously Mami thinks that Aroa is a witch, or is becoming a witch. I've got notes about that, although I don't know really what's going on there. Very confusing during the episode when it's happening, very confusing in the post-episode bit, where it's happening to another character that we do know. That said, though, let's go ahead and hop on into the notes and move on from that. So, new rumor, although technically an old rumor because it's given to us in a flashback scene. The red phone booth that vanishes, I guess. Sounds to me like the Phantom toll booth, if you've ever seen it. Not a scary thing at all. That's one of the first mixed animation real life movies. Like Roger Rabbit is what I'm trying to allude to. Where a kid I think it's a British film, a kid who's really bored wishes for excitement, and the Phantom toll booth flies in through his window with like a little car, and he gets into the car, goes through the toll booth, and now he's animated. It's like got the land of words versus the land of numbers. Guilty until proven innocent. It's a really good movie. I highly recommend it. Wouldn't call it scary. I guess maybe there's scary elements in it, but not to like the degree of Madoka Magica. When I called out the intro changes, apparently Yui was the only thing that got it added to the intro. I went back and rewatched episode 2's intro, and that is the only thing that I noticed as different. And when I say I went back and watched it, I mean I put episode 5's intro on this screen. I don't know if I've ever said this before. I've got 3 screens. I've got one over here that I handle the Discord stuff when I'm streaming with other people. This is the screen that I watch the show on, which is why I'm looking over here most of the time. And this is the streaming thing. So typically I'm looking here if I'm looking for comments from the chat or my co-host, because I technically put the co-host thing right here too. Also, this is where my notes are at. This is why when I'm staring down like this, I put the notes right around where the chat would be. Anyway, pointless. I put episode 5 on this screen. I put episode 2 on that screen. I looked like right here-ish and watched them both at the same time. And watching them both at the same time, I did not notice anything. Was Yui so weird because Yui is just weird, as I said? Or is she weird from the aspect that in so much as these versions of the people are real, they are as real as anything else is? Which is, Yui seems to have been wiped from reality, so the only thing available to make a construct of her are Iroha's memories, which themselves are just fragments. Mafuyu seems that much more real because people are here that actually remember her. So I'm indicating that maybe Yui is weirder than Mafuyu because either Yui was just weird to begin with, or um, Yui is a construct of the memories of Iroha, which is fragmented and not fully there, and that's what's making her weird. I think Yachio's question is the only legitimate way to determine if Mafuyu is who she says she is. With matters like memory, anything you know could be copied. So when Mafuyu just says stuff you already know, then that isn't proof that it isn't her, or that it is her. I don't know why I wrote it that way. She'd have to include extra stuff that you could possibly confirm, or, as I was saying, ask stuff that doesn't include the stuff you already know, like what she's been doing all this time. If she's just a construct of your memories, then she likely wouldn't have a recent memory to discuss and would have to deflect, as Mafuyu does. Thus my point that I think Yachiyo's final question there is the only valid one. Yui says she wrote down a name too to get into the shrine area, but previously Yachiyo mentioned that they would have written down the same name. Could that imply a second Mafuyu? Or did Yui have the same encounter with the same outcome? I don't know how to refer to what happened to Aroa this episode. It looks like she became a witch, but then also didn't. As I said during the reaction, it really felt like holification from Bleach, especially with the mask. At the same time, it does reflect something I said about episode 1, where the Train Witch's Labyrinth had text saying, "The only good witch is a dead witch," which I think I've previously implied that there might be witch-hunting witches out there, which feels like what became of Aroa, right? What she did. So witches are pouring into Kamihama from all over, and the rumor is that a magical girl is hoarding grief seeds. The other rumor is that magical girls coming to Kamihama can be saved. Except, magical girls become witches, so luring magical girls here and breaking their spirits would be the same as luring in witches, if that was your goal. I think my suspicion still points heavily towards Coordinator being the culprit. My only reason to second guess myself is that it seems too obvious to be the case. They've given out too much information too quickly. That'd be a good red herring to subvert another lead. But then again, they haven't really shown us much of Coordinator, so maybe they're just anticipating you'll forget who Coordinator was, and it's not a red herring. There's an element of not having not played the game, and there might be elements of the game that are just fairly obvious right now that I wouldn't get. Yachiyo is making dinner with a while to go at 11:30 at night, before she even knew that Aroa had woken up yet. That's some crazy hours that she's keeping. It's just an observation. And my final note here. And now Kade is getting holified as well. Seems like her segment was also showing the soul gem changes a different color than turning into a witch, though. I don't know what the goop that was pouring off of her was, like if that was just a bit from having turned into a witch, and that her witch form has the goop and Aroa's didn't, because that's, Aroa wasn't covered in goop like Kade was. But it seemed like they were showing us that the soul gem had that goop pouring over it, or that that's like lava lamp colors on the inside. I don't know. But it could be an indication that that is the sign of turning into something other than a witch. Again, if it wasn't just goop on her hand covering the soul gem. Hard to parse. As I said, though, that was my final note, so nothing left to do here but to hop on in and see what we get.
But before we get started,
make sure that you hit the like button,
hit that subscribe button,
comment down below to feed that algorithm.
On top of all that, if you want to watch more shows like this, unfiltered,
uncensored,
and uncut,
as well as some early access stuff,
you can check it out over on the Patreon.
It's just $5 a month, but hey, no pressure.
There's zero pressure in order to do that. It's just a little bit of extra support, and it would be greatly appreciated.
I like the music. Didn't understand what that said. Manspreading. That was a hollow. Is this just a Madoka Magica Bleach crossover? Is this all the other girls that we haven't met yet? Also, I know in my notes, I'll wait till the opening. Oh, never mind. Maybe that is. No. Sorry. It's the element of what I wanted to bring up when I wanted to bring it up is referring to her, but I was to say, I know that I did not note anything about the blonde girl that was sitting in the room in the flashback with Mafuyo and Yachio. I know I previously had written something down about how the guitar went missing, but then I realized the guitar belonged to Yachio and not the blonde girl, like I was probably going to guess. Because I believe Yachio's mug is the mug that has the musical symbols on it. So when I got rid of that whole note series, I just didn't refer to the girl at all. And then I went back and looked at my list of who all the girls that we haven't met yet in the opening were. Or at least, my descriptions of them. And none of them seemed to match that girl's description. And I thought of the girl who yelled at Iroha in that one scene. I didn't think it looked like her. And I don't think it looked like the girl in the opening either. And I don't think it looks like her either. The one from the opening of this. Because she looks younger than that girl did. Because that girl looked like she was studying for high school or college. And this one looks like the younger side of the girls that we see in the show. So it should be Sunday. Because she said it was Saturday last night. Oh, and I didn't see what it was said on the sign. It was too freaking dark. I assumed it was saying it was Mafuyu's room. Yeah, who's paying for this place? Especially now that's not a boarding house, who's paying for this place? Oh, is she gonna say that she didn't? That she somehow cleared herself? I don't know, people are pretty out about being magical girls in this place. I don't know why you'd have to hide it. I have to think that since this is tied into a game, that these are all locations from the game. So that might be like actual special meaning. The fact that these are all tied up with like ribbon, and she got tied up in ribbon when she got turned too. That looked like a familiar in human form. Yep. Talking familiars.
下方もドカッと転がり込むって寸法だ。集中力アップ、ダイエットに最適。富士の病もどんと来い。みんな
Snake oil.
飲んでる。知らないのは
Apple water is snake oil.
あなたもさあさあ遠慮なく。
往復運ぶありがたいお水だよ。
でも
さあさあさあさ
ただマジでやり
Well, she's just the girl from the opening.
おいしい。おかわり。
花無念。幸運は一人一日一時。
あ。
I don't know what that said on top. I still don't understand the language.
また来ようかな。ごちそうさまでした。
Do you think they'd be attacking her if they knew she was a witch? I mean, a magical girl? Because the other girl recognized that she was a magical girl by the ring, so you think witches would be able to recognize that.
宝飾区？おい。
Yeah, don't head too far east, they said.
何ですか？お前どこの魔法少女だ？え？あ、ここがどこだか知らねえわけじゃねえんだろ。すみません。私
Likely story didn't say anything yet.
そんなの誰が信じるんだよ。ほら、金出しな。諸場代払えば見逃してやるって。そんな。魔女の気配。あいつら、まだ残ってたのか。
What, were all the familiars not a clue that that was happening? Or was that place a rumor and not a labyrinth? I mean, I'm glad we finally found Dalos' body, since we know its head's on the moon. It's a joke for the OVA Dalos. Yeah, I mean, it's not great getting holed up, but at the same time, at least negotiations were possible.
私のお金で。俺、美月フェリシアって言うんだ。お前名前は？イロハ。玉木イロハ。
Man, this show has like 5 times as many characters as Madoka did.
俺を呼べよ。友達料金で助けてやる。お金は取るんだ。さっきも言っただろ。俺は報酬で動く傭兵な。
Well, there's all those cats from that other character. So the luck water works.
自業自得ね。嘘を書いたわけではありません。当然の注意喚起かと。そうだけどさ。
Oh, is that other group? That was in the note that we had from Coordinator before? Her itinerary?
他のお客さんが帰ったところよ。またフェリシア。困ったものよね。腕はいいんだけどね。それで、新しい噂の情報って？そうそう。
With all the characters and all the interconnectivity between them and the setting, it seems like it would be a good place to set a game. Not even a video game, like an art. Oh, it's our other girl. Everyone's just coming here.
顔役って聞いてね。上浜市に何の用か。
But at least she came from somewhere else already. We know that.
魔女が集まってきてるおかげで周りに住んでるあたしらみんな食いっぱぐれてるんだよね。かわいそうなあたしにお優しい上浜の皆さんがちょっと融通してくれてもいいんじゃないかと思ってさ。上浜で狩りをするならルールに従ってもらうわ。
Like, hell, that's gonna happen.
少女を傷つけない。魔女は先着順。横取りしない。以上。はあ？じゃあよそ者のあたしが魔女を飼ってもあんたらは文句言わないってのか？
I mean, Sakura is essentially the mercenary girl we just met. She's gonna fight you to prove that she's stronger.
他より強いけどあなたなら問題なさそうだし。あ、そう。拍子抜けだぜ。あ、それなら気ままにやらせてもらうよ。なあ、なんで魔女は神浜に集まってるんだ？不思議だよな。ひょっとしてあんたたち魔女と組んでるとか？
Well, one of you is.
そんなこと不可能よ。
Coordinator, again, I'm assuming. A lot of ruined buildings around here. What the hell was that shot?
なんとお礼申し上げてよいやら。
そんな、いいってことよ。
おめでとうございます。
Yeah, I mean, you drank the look water.
俺こういうの当たったの初めて。色は今日すげえついてるじゃん。うわ、なんかやべえやつ。
I wonder if this goes a ways towards showing that not all the rumor witch stuff is a lie. I mean, yeah, because you also have to assume that if you're getting lucky here, luck is being taken from somewhere else.
東側のテリトリーに入ってくるなんて見かけによらず度胸あるじゃん。ちょっと人を探してて。フェリシアちゃんは玉木ウイって子知らない？聞いたことねえな。誰？私の妹なの。きっと上浜にいると思うんだけど。そっか、家族か。
Wonder if Ui is someone who's big in the game. Final boss or something.
さっきの金いっぱいあるだろ？あるけど。フェリシアちゃんはなんで傭兵をやってるの？あ？稼がないと食ってけねえから。俺にできることって言ったらやっぱりこれだろ？食えないって。ご両親は？死んだよ。
I said a lot of shit in common with Sakura.
八千代さん。はい。はい。本当ですか？それで。袋高雲水？
Yeah, investigating the rumor that you just drank.
イラハちゃん。あ、美月フェリシア。なんだ、八千代じゃん。すげえ有名な。
What does wanted actually mean in this realm of magical girls?
言ったでしょ。魔法少女だということは隠した方がいいって。ごめんなさい。あまりあの子に関わらない方がいいわ。仲間を危険にさらす戦い方をする要注意人物よ。
So I guess these two don't have to hide because Yui's just in the background shouting, so she's the strongest magical girl.
フェリシアちゃんと一緒に何か悪い噂なんでしょうか？聞いて、誰から聞いて。フクロウ幸運水のその噂、幸運をもたらす美味なる名詞、ひとたび飲めばたちまち幸せ。苛立ちどこへやら。でもね、だけどもご用心。24の幸運尽きたなら不幸がもりっとこんにちは。それが嫌なら幸運水を飲み続けるしかない。交渉区の馬券売り場じゃもっぱらの噂。
Oh, yeah. I mean, I can still work with that. Only do 24 things a day. Then go to sleep, wake up tomorrow. Do 23 things a day, go to sleep, wake up tomorrow. Who the hell knows what might happen to you in your sleep?
別に大したことは起きねえって。信じないなら帰ればいい。別にあなたまで助ける義理はないわ。千代さん。あっそう。こっちだってお前らのたわごとに付き合ってられねえっつうの。待って。私がフェリシアちゃんを雇うよ。傭兵なんでしょ。そうすれば私をお手伝いしてくれるんだよね。魔女退治1回1000円。あ、でも魔女じゃないんだよな。じゃあ500円でいいか。
So I think the element is that it's only luck based on chance, right? Because otherwise you'd be like getting lucky every time you cross the street and don't get hit by a car, right? And they've been wandering around not getting hit by cars, so their counter would be taken over all the time, right?
しょうがねえな。それで手を打ってやるよ。それでどうすんだ？お祓いでもすんの？幸運がゼロになったら大変なことになるかもしれないんだよね。まずはそれを食い止めるのが先よ。玉木さん、その水を飲んだところに案内してもらえるかしら。
Yeah, I mean, not for nothing, but there was like people out of it there that weren't familiars, so.
すぐに見つかるなんてラッキーだね。
毎日飲もう。フクロウ印の幸運水。いい子にしてれば毎日飲める。さあさあさあさあ。
Which is weird because there's nothing about this place that seems to scream it's gonna put you out of it. Unless they did like all 24 of their lucky things right here.
わからぬことなどありません。フクロウ幸運水は不幸からの解放。
ごちゃごちゃうるせえ。
感謝が足りない。感謝が足りない。心根貧しき悪い子。幸運尽きても仕方なし。
Okay, see, but they're not attacking her specifically for being a magical girl. They're attacking her because she attacked them.
おそらくだけど、魔女とは違う別の敵。はあ？そんなわけ？全くやってくれたわね。あの水が飲めれば時間に余裕ができたかもしれないのに。おかげで台無しよ。あの魔女みたいな奴らをほっとけっていうのかよ。そうは言ってないでしょ。あなたが短期を起こすのは勝手だけど、玉木さんまで巻き込まないで。傭兵ならもっと雇い主の利益を考えて。
I mean, it makes sense. She just go all unhinged, but that's her modus operandi. You knew that before you brought her with you.
本体の噂を倒さなければ、噂によって起こった事象は消えない。じゃあその本体を探してぶっ潰せばいい。
Due to the way Madoka ended, I still have to wonder if these are like proto-wraiths or whatever.
なんだりゃ。幸運？噂？
Also, is this a Sakura that knows the main characters this time, or... These people are just fine with this cardboard cutout talking to them?
噂の存在に気がつかないと認識できないのかもしれないわ。おそらく今日まで私たちもあれのことを見過ごしてしまっていた。てめえ離せ！追いかけましょう。
Yeah, like, what do they see it as? Or is Kamihama such a weird fucking place that floating cardboard cutouts are like nothing? Well, maybe I was wrong about the walking down the street thing, 'cause that seemed like a countdown.
マギウスの導きを阻害有害。ああ、もうごちゃごちゃうるせえ。手を引け。噂は救済解放される。水を飲んだ。水ならあげる。邪魔しなければ毎日協力。悪い話じゃない。
Definitely not normal familiars, whatever this is. Unless they're controlled people. We've seen that plenty of times before. Like the whole Pied Piper thing.
魔法少女マギウス救われる。やがてすべての魔女を消し去る。邪魔はしないで。魔法
this is
少
different.
女はみんな
Come to Kamihama and you'll be saved. And now they're saying the Magius is what will save you.
おい待てよ。すべての魔女を消すってどういうわけだ。美月フェリシア。美月フェリシア。美月フェリシア。美月フェリシア。俺を知ってるのか。
So you know my name.
その体に流れる血は怒り。我々がお前を雇う。へえ。報酬は復讐の実現。すべての魔女の消滅。マジで言ってんのか。すべての魔女の消滅。
Yeah, but that's what you'd be doing already without the money.
知っている。その方法を決断しろ。決断しろ。美月フェリシア。お前の怒りを解放できるのはマギウスだけ。
That's not payment, though. A real mercenary would understand that.
面白いじゃん。もしそれが本当な
Well,
ら
she's gone all Tanya the evil.
してやるよ。
I don't know. I'm thinking it's a trick. That we're setting this up for the next episode. Granted, this show, on more than one occasion, does something that I don't expect. So maybe this is exactly what it seems to be, and that's the element I'm not expecting. However, I don't know, maybe I feel like a kinship here, because anytime I've played a tabletop role-playing game, that's the kind of character that I would typically play if I'm not trying to do something, crazy and more interesting and out there. The mercenary type character who just goes against norm, right? The element, though, that the entire episode she's been on this path of pay me and I'll do something, and then, being very negotiable. This is essentially what she would already be doing, right? I would already be hunting witches. You're offering me the death of witches, which is a path I'm already on without you. And that's not payment. Ah, shoot. I just realized I forgot. There was stuff in the ending credits I was supposed to look at. Next notes. Next notes will have that. Hopefully I remember. So, yeah, they would need to offer you more. An actual payment. Is that one of the characters from the opening? Because that's not Kade. And they got the Taoist symbols. Anyway, I was really hoping there was going to be an extended after credits thing like we got last episode. Yeah. It's not payment. It's what you would already be doing. So her Tanya the evil look at the very end, I'll do whatever you want, implies either she's being controlled by them, which seems likely, or she just really super believes what they're saying. Like, she just instantly bought in that the Magius can end all witches. And we know there's only one character in the show who can do that. And I guess she's gonna make an appearance. Like, again, Mami and Sakya are in the opening along with everybody else, and they've made an appearance here in the show. Apparently, Sakura is just listening, so she could appear next episode and ironically get into a fight with Felicia. Because, again, Felicia seems to be Kamihama's version of her. So, and I don't want to be super biased to a character I already know and have history with to the new character that I'm just getting to learn. Like, the element that she has a wanted poster about her makes me a little bit more interested in Felicia than the element of QB just bringing in Sakya to the whole thing that we're doing. Twice, by the way. I originally met back in Madoka Magica, but now that she just did it here, Kyobi just did it here too. No, wait, did he? No, actually he didn't. She just shows up. She just shows up. I guess, reinforcing my thought that this is just one of the failed timelines, of Akemi. Because the only other thing I was gonna say the only other thing that would make sense if this is just after the end of Madoka Magica, but it can't be because there's witches. Unless this is no, because sorry, I realize I'm just going out loud and saying the thoughts that are just dead ending in my head and not explaining them out. The thought process was, what if these are just all the last witches and they're all being funneled into Kamihama? But it's no, because all the witches got removed from reality by Madoka, and people don't remember what witches are. That's the whole Akemi to Kyobi thing at the very end of Madoka, explaining how this whole witch thing worked before, which still a stupid idea. Don't tell Kyobi this whole thing. Kyobi was the one who instigated it in the first place. Human suffering for power, right? So yeah, no, this is just completely something else that has to be happening before the end of Madoka Magica. Yeah, I mean, we're just left on a cliffhanger here, not even specifically about the fight that's clearly about to happen, but who the Magius is. Because obviously, I think the Coordinator is to blame for everything, but at the same time, I don't know if Coordinator and Magius are meant to be the same person. So I assume we're going to find that out next episode, or we're going to be given a clue or something. Also, the element of luck water actually works. Maybe keep these guys around until you find out everything, or use the luck water to find out more stuff. The fact that luck water is real and exists, I don't know. Could be the full Metal Alchemist Philosopher's Stone thing, right? Don't drink the luck water. People died to make it. I don't know. That said, though, I think any other thoughts I'm going to have is going to come out in next episode's notes. So until then, I've been Theta. This has been Stoneface Reactions. We will catch you next time. Bye-bye.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching another Stoneface Reactions. If you have an idea of another video we could go ahead and watch, go ahead and put it in the comments down below and we'll add it to the wheel. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let us know what you thought about this video and what parts you liked. And until then, we'll see you next time. Is this too goofy?